Hello everyone and welcome back to another meeting here, and this one will be my final one before I go on my holiday break. What? You're leaving? But for how long? Wow, I wasn't expecting you guys to care much. Only for a few weeks. I'll be thinking about the script a little bit during my holiday break, and I'll let you guys know how I sort of view things going when I get back from my holiday. Cool. Hey Florida, thanks for caring so much. You know what? You guys go 2-0 this week, including shutting out Dallas 4-0, and you're up to 34 points. Thanks, scriptwriter. I know I haven't been the best team to deal with, but this means a lot to me, so thank you. That's all right. I thank you for caring. So, I'll be looking at the Pacific Division first this week. Are we still first? Nope. You guys go 1-2-0 this week. And while you still could be the first team in the Pacific Division to the 20-win mark, you are going to be dropping to second in the Pacific Division this week. Let me guess, behind them. Is that right, scriptwriter? Are we finally back to first in the Pacific Division? Yep, the Hart-Schmid tandem is looking great as they get 5 out of possible 6 points this week, and Eichel and Stone continue to play out of their freaking mind hockey. Figures. Anything good happen to us this week? Well, on Tuesday, I'm actually going to be having a lot of teams overcome deficits. There'll be 4 teams in 4 separate games who overcome a 1-goal deficit with under 15 seconds to go, including Vegas. However, you guys score with 0.1 seconds left in the game to tie that game up against the Penguins, and you are the only one of those 4 teams I just mentioned who actually win the game that you tie up. Really? That was our loss? Yes, we're still good. Hopefully we can just bounce back next week. We'll see. We get shut out by Florida. We'll get to your games in a minute, Dallas. Now, Seattle, we got it done. Excuse me? Our goal scorer, you asked us to look for one. It's done. Oh, you mean Vince Dunn. Well, that isn't sustainable. You know what? You can work with that for 1 game. You guys beat Los Angeles in overtime. Vince Dunn has a 3-point night as you guys end your 6-game losing streak. But you guys do go 1-3-0 this week and are now in the basement of the entire NHL. Man, I guess we really need a trade if Dunn wasn't enough. So how do we do? I'm thinking 5 out of 8 points for you guys this week. And how do our first 2 games go? You lose to Buffalo in overtime, 4-3, after scoring 3 unanswered goals to come back and forth overtime. And then Skinner plays well to help you guys beat the Detroit Red Wings. Yep, I've heard enough. We're making 2 trades. Wow, it's been a while since this has happened. Okay, who are you guys trading? We're getting Stastny from Nashville for a 3rd-round pick, and then getting Jari and Pulin from Pittsburgh in exchange for Skinner, Kulak, and a 2nd-round pick in the 2029 draft. So you finally made the goalie move. You think Jared's an upgrade? I hope. If he can at least give us consistent goaltending, then I consider this trade a win. You guys know he only has 2 playoff wins, right? Yeah, but he hasn't played for our defense yet. Oh, you are so getting swept in the playoffs this year. I can see why you're doing this, Pittsburgh. Yeah, the opportunity to move Jari and not retain any sort of money and get a 2nd-round pick was just too good to pass up, just to be honest. So how are we doing this week? Well, you lose all 4 of your games this week. You are blowing multiple leads everywhere. Like we talked about, you're losing to Anaheim 4-3 because you were 0.1 seconds away from winning that game against Anaheim. You're losing a shootout. Then you blow a 4-goal lead in the 3rd period against San Jose, lose in overtime. And then you blow a 3-goal lead against Utah in the 3rd period and lose in overtime. What? We can't even hold on to like a 4-goal lead? And that was without Skinner. We are making the playoffs, are we? Hey, scriptwriter, can we get into our games now? Just be patient. I'll get to yours and Dallas's game in a minute. Now, Tampa, please tell me we end our losing streak this week. Oh, you do. Even without Andrei Vasilevsky, who's currently injured, you guys end the week on a 3-game point streak and go 2-1-1, including a 6-1 thrashing of the Montreal Canadiens. That's fantastic. Thanks, scriptwriter. Hey, we should be being a team that has just lost 5 straight. You know what? Just for that, we're calling up Jacob Fowler. Really? Don't tell me you were giving him his career debut against Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, just like you did with Carey Price and Patrick Waugh and Dryden. And yes, we are. Okay. I guess you guys beat Pittsburgh and Fowler looks good, so I'll put that on my script. And you guys also finished the week on a 3-game point streak. You're still only 1 point back of Tampa for the division lead. What? We beat them, and we're still only 1 point ahead of them in the standings. It's not just Montreal. Boston's gonna win a couple of games this week, and they're still only 1 point back of you guys. And Detroit, yeah, scriptwriter. Oh, hey Detroit. You guys go 3-1-0 this week. The only loss being to Edmonton, as I just mentioned when I was talking about Skinner. And Gibson is starting to heat up. You guys tie Tampa for a division lead this week. So we are still within 1 point of 3 different teams in the Atlantic Division, and only 5 ahead of us. Yup. I hate being in the East. Okay, a few other things this week. Carolina is going to win all 4 games they play this week, including twice over Philadelphia and a shootout win over the Capitals, as they regain the lead in the Eastern Conference. Yes, to become the best, you must beat the best, and we just did that. Bye-bye Washington. New Jersey goes 2-0 this week, and they're back into a playoff spot. That's nice, but we still aren't even in the top 3. I'm still holding out hope for a huge trade. Maybe. And Winnipeg ends their long losing streak as Hellebuck is back. And with Hellebuck back in net, the Jets close out the week with a 5-1 victory over the Washington Capitals to get them back in the win column. So I guess the rumors are true. This team lives and dies with Hellebuck. I'm just praying that he can stay healthy for the rest of this year. We can go on some sort of a run. I think your entire fan base is. Now, New York Eye, what's up? You are. Not only does Schaefer score his 9th goal of the season, and that has him on pace to being close to breaking the record for most goals in a season by a rookie defenseman, but on top of that, for a very slim time on Saturday, you guys are the Eastern Conference leaders, and you win all 3 of your games this week, including being the top 2 teams in the Pacific Division. Yep, this is Schaefer's team now, and he may actually lead us to the playoffs. This team is so exciting to watch, unlike the Lamoriello years. And we are finally looking like a team who could do damage. Thank you, Schaefer. But I scripted it. Yeah, thanks to you too, but we would never be in this sort of position if it were not for Schaefer. Well, I guess that's true. And lastly, the bloodbath that is the Central Division. Start with us. Okay, you guys extend your point streak for 1 game and then you lose back-to-back games in regulation. What? Well, I felt it was only fair after I ended the Avalanches and the Wild point streaks last week. But doesn't that mean we lose to? Yes. Crap. Colorado, you guys go 2-0-1. Nashville's going to somehow get the better of you in the shootout, but you'll be able to get your chance of redemption by taking them down on Saturday just a few days after they beat you. Figures, don't mess with the Avs. And lastly, Minnesota. How do we do in our first 2 games? Well, I have you guys beating Seattle, as I already mentioned, and then like I said, you guys are going to beat the Dallas Stars 5-3. So we are ending Dallas's point streak? Yep, you end the Dallas Stars point streak. Okay, I've heard enough. We're trading for Quinn Hughes. No! I'm sorry. Say that again. I said we are trading for Quinn Hughes. But I thought we were getting him and reuniting the Hughes brothers. I did too. Vancouver. Yeah. What did you do? He didn't want to resign. Nobody ever wants to resign. Nobody likes playing in Vancouver. Had to get the best return possible. Minnesota not afraid of contract situation. They gave us Rossi and Buima along with 2 other things. And now we're banished to the basement. Okay, I guess the trade can go through. Sorry, Vancouver. Here, I'll let you end the week with a victory over New Jersey, and Bulleen can have a 2-point night and score his first goals among the Canucks in that game. Thanks, I guess. And as for Minnesota, they're going to beat the Ottawa Senators with basically an AHL lineup, and then in Quinn Hughes' debut, he scores for the Minnesota Wild and was going to be a dominant 6-2 thrashing of the Boston Bruins. To all those who thought we would be pushovers, think again. We're coming for the cup. I hate this division. This is just too much for me. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you guys all when I'm done with my holiday break. See ya.